YouTube channel. If you're new here, then welcome. I hope you like what you see and you want to stick around. For today's video, I have my starting dieting for you. Put a bit of context to this. I'm a size 18. I've always been quite big in my latter years. Even as a child, really, I had a lot of puppy fat. I remember these one pair of Mackenzie jogging bottoms that I used to have in a size 12, and now I am so envious. But I ranged about size 14 at school. Unfortunately for me, at that time I got bullied quite a lot for various reasons by boys and girls, and at that time it made me very self-conscious about my weight. From then, I don't think that actually really helped me in any way, shape or form. I think I just piled on more weight. I've kind of fluctuated over the years, so once I left school I did a lot of Zumba training. That was so fun and I loved it. I used to do it in the morning during the 6 weeks and it was epic. Following on from then, I've been to college, I've got jobs, and I've had a much busier life than what I did previously, and exercising like that for me just doesn't really fit into my routine anymore. I'd rather exercise at home. I did I didn't do Weight Watchers. I did Slimming World a few years ago, and it was so good. I went to group. I didn't stay for group. It wasn't for me. I felt it was very shaming if you put on weight, and I'd sit there and people would get shamed. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, it didn't continue with going to group, but I did go and get weighed and followed the plan. And over a very short period of time, for about 3 months I think, I lost about 2 stone. Didn't work out though. I've been in a long-term relationship now for almost 8 years, and you'll know if you're in a long-term relationship, a lot of things in relationships are eating or going out to eat. And I like food. I like food. I'll put my hands up. I do. I love cheese. I love meat. I love full fat cream. I love dessert. I love cheesecake. Like that is who I am. So naturally the pounds have piled on over the years. So during lockdown I found that I was just in this spiral of eating. I'm working from home, so being at home, just go to the cupboard picking stuff out, and we didn't have the healthiest stuff in, especially with the food shortage. Kind of all the fresh vegetables, all the tin stuff, all the pasta had just evaporated from the world, so I couldn't really do it at that time. Since things have settled, what I've done is I have joined Weight Watchers online. Now, as I said, I've done Slimming World before, but their online was so much more expensive than Weight Watchers, like so much more. And now Weight Watchers have changed to WW. They've completely changed their plan, and I find it very similar to the Slimming World plan, but also they have an app which is out of this world. You can literally scan any food and it will tell you the points information. Also, if it doesn't have it in there, you can literally put the nutritional info in and it will tell you what the points are, which for me, tracking my food like that has been so helpful. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. What I did find hard is, because I didn't go to a Weight Watchers group before, was actually understanding the plan. So when I joined up, I signed up for 2 months at £2, which was an offer that they had on, and then I think it's £10.95 or something very similar to that every month after for 6 months, and then if you continue it'll be a rolling monthly on the £10.95. Which again, really good value. What you'll find is when you switch to a healthier lifestyle, it's not cheap. Like, that food is so much more expensive. I'll never understand why you can go to McDonald's, get a burger and chips for £2, but if you want a salad and some chicken, that's going to cost you at least £3. What world are we living in, guys? What world? But anyway, so yeah, that was the cheapest option for me, but as I said, I was struggling to get to grips with the plan with never doing it before. So I kind of did a month on where I was just looking into things. And then I found that I needed a bit of help. So when I signed up for the app, they ask you a couple of questions and then they assign you a plan. They assigned me onto the green plan. So on the green plan, you get 33 points per day. Those points are your daily limit, but you do have a rolling weekly. That can range anything from 42 upwards, depending on how many points you use per day. So you do get some rollovers and they add on to it. And you can use that per week either for a meal out with friends, some drinks, a takeaway, anything like that. And it just kind of stops you kind of falling off the bandwagon. So that time when you think, oh, I could really do with the takeout, and then you do, and then you're like, I've had a takeout now, so I might as well eat this. And it just spirals. So I found for me, like, that management has been so helpful. I started it properly about 3 weeks ago, and the reason for that is because I wanted some more information on the plan. So I went ahead and I bought the WW starter kit online. It was £25, but for what you got, I thought it was really useful. In addition to that, I paid £2.50 for their weekly planner. Now, this for us, I live with my fiance, so this for us has been so helpful. Before, we were in a spiral of, what do you want for tea? I don't know. What do you want for tea? I don't know. And it'd get to the point of a long process of deciding what we wanted, and then we didn't really want to cook anything, so we just bung something in the oven that was already kind of pre-prepared. So this for us, knowing exactly what we're doing, exactly what we need to get out the freezer to defrost, or exactly kind of what food we've got in the fridge when it's going to go off. This has been so helpful for food wastage and the weight loss, and generally life altogether. So if you're going to do this, I'd recommend either getting one of these or simply drawing up one yourself. As you can see, it's really simple. I only pop out evening meals on this because it's the only thing we kind of eat together. But you can see on this particular week, we had stir fry on Monday, a bolognese on Tuesday, a Weight Watchers pizza on Wednesday, which are incredible. A campfire stew, that is from the Pinch of Nom website. If you haven't tried it and you love barbecued food, it is immense. It does not taste like diet food or whatsoever. Then we've got jacket potatoes, which we'll either have with cheese and beans or tuna and sweet corn. Omelette on this week and a pasta bake. We have a variation for Sunday dinner, which I'll be doing very shortly, which is a Yorkshire pudding wrap recipe, again from the Pinch of Nom website. But instead of using it as a wrap, what we do is we basically cook giant Yorkshire puddings and then fill that full of our Sunday roast meat, vegetables and gravy, and it is delicious. Like, it really is good. So if you're missing your Sunday dinners and you're thinking, can I have that unplanned? You definitely can. But if you want a variation and you want those Yorkie puddies, then definitely that's the way to go. So in the starter kit, you get quite a few little bits. So the first thing you get is my journal. This is really handy. I haven't used it yet myself, but I can see why it is so useful for some people. And I think probably later on in my journey, this is something that's going to be really useful to me. So it kind of starts with, you've made a great decision, and kind of goes through who your coach is if you've got a coach, your workshop if you go to any of the live classes rather than just doing online, and what your smart points budget is daily and weekly, because you get different ones as explained. Then it asks you to say why you want to lose weight. Now for me, I want to lose weight because I want to be healthy and I want to be happy. I wouldn't say my weight is directly associated with my happiness. I am comfortable in my own skin, but particularly when it comes to clothes and summer, and yeah, I'd just like to feel a bit more comfortable in them and be able to wear a little bit more that I like. Now being a size 18, I am in the plus size bracket. There's a lot more plus size clothes around, but I still see things in the smaller sizes and I'm just like, oh, I wish I could get that in my size, and you can't. So yeah, that's part of my happiness reason. And a healthy reason, who doesn't want to be healthy? Like, I'm at that age now where I am definitely an adult, although I don't feel like one. But yeah, I definitely just want to be healthy, and a good example for my nieces, nephews, my own children eventually. So I think this is really a good way for me to go. And then it says your what. So what do you want to achieve, essentially. I haven't really got a weight goal that I want to achieve really in mind with any basis really. But ideally I'd like to be about 10.5 stone. I think for me, with my build, my height, I think that for me would be a really good point for me to achieve. It then tells you how to use the quick tracker. It gives you a little kind of meal planner, but just a little one with breakfast, lunches and dinners, and a little shopping list in there. And there's a few pages of those. Then you've got your quick tracker. So if you want to kind of manually track your points instead of using the app, you can do that here. And then you can add food notes about kind of what you've eaten, how much water you've drinking, what mood you're in that day, and how much activity you've done. So if you do activity on Weight Watchers, you can use a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or anything like that that links to your phone, and you can import that activity into your Weight Watchers app. If you do over a certain amount of activity, you'll get some points back to use on food. So it's very, very flexible. Now, apart from the quick tracker, there are some recipes in here as well, some little ones popped in. And then you've got your weekly review. So you go through and know what your best bits were, what the hardest bits were, what you've learned that week, what you've loved eating, what your next goal is for next week, and what your achievement or successes were this week. I think for some people, like, this will keep you so focused on what you're trying to achieve. Like, life's busy. I chose to do this in lockdown at the minute because everything's kind of come to a halt and I can really focus my mind on it. But going back into the office, or you know, going back out to the shops as we used to, spending weekends out, you know, this kind of stuff is going to be so useful to be able to keep your mind on track. And then again, it just kind of repeats through week on week for all that stuff. But I do most of mine on the app at the moment, and I don't really journal anything. But as I said, going forward back into the new norm, I definitely think this is going to help. So what else I got in my package was my WW cookbook. Now, I have the Pinch and Nom cookbooks, I have some Slimming World cookbooks, which can all be altered and put into the app as your own recipes, and I can track the points for. But actually I thought this was quite useful to kind of get me into the Weight Watchers mindset, kind of how they do things, what kind of food they recommend that you cook and eat. So yeah, that's full of lots and lots of delicious recipes. It also gives you a bit of a starter at the start of the book, right there on the contents page. So lose weight your way, the new basics of the plan, what is your plan, meal planning that works, must have grocery staples. Now, anyone that's done a diet like this knows the staple cupboard is key. You need to have those herbs, spices, sauces, oils. Like, you have to have them. If you don't, then yeah, you're going to fail pretty quickly if you're cooking your own food. Meals on the go, kitchen equipment, smart seasonings, making the most of veggies, and about their recipes, and then 8 must-have recipes. So one thing I like about Weight Watchers is they have their own range of ready meals and biscuits and chocolate and crisps and all that kind of snacky stuff. And I think for us as a household, that's really useful, because that means that one night a week, if we fancied a takeaway, we could have a Weight Watchers meal in the freezer that just needs to go in the oven with no prep. So we can do that instead, which is kind of like our little takeaway. We don't need to do anything in the kitchen. We don't really need to wash up that much. It's just much better for our lifestyle. And definitely with snacky stuff, I find that on a diet, it's you need to have the stuff in the house or with you when you're out, ready for when that snack attacks, because if you don't, you're going to eat the wrong things, which no one wants to eat the wrong things. So yeah, there's just some recipes in there. Some of them look really delicious, other ones I'm like, no, that's not for me. I think that's a good thing about the plan, because it appeals to all kinds of different people and all kinds of different diets. I'm aware there are some vegan recipes in there as well, so if you are looking to diet and you're vegan, then you know this plan caters for it, so that's great. There's also gluten-free options. They've really catered for everybody, and I thought this was great to come into the pack. Now the last thing that came into the pack, and the reason why I bought the pack, was mainly because of this little book. You can buy it on its own, but I wanted it in the starter pack so I could kind of get everything that I needed to get myself set up. This tells you all of the foods pretty much, branded and non-branded, for most supermarkets and what their point value is. Now for me as a new starter, that was so important, because I didn't know how many points a tin of tomatoes were or how many points a stick of garlic bread was. Like, had no idea. And as useful as the app is, and you can sit there typing things, you're not necessarily going to think about all these things, and you might fancy a cheeky treat. Well, you can just look in this book and you can find out how many points it is and whether it's worth it, or whether you can find an alternative. Also, it doubles up, so it switches out as an eat out book as well, and this tells you the point values for quite a lot of restaurants, which again, if you want to go out and you want to have a meal with family and friends, you can do so with this plan. Like, it's all there. Takeouts in here as well, so just kind of flicking through, they do Bills, which I've never heard of Bills. If you've got Bills near you, then give us a like, because I've never heard of Bills. You've got Burger King, Cafe Nero, Costa Coffee, Domino's, Five Guys, Greg's, Harvester, Itsu, KFC, McDonald's, Nando's, Pizza Express, Pizza Hut, Pret A Manager, Starbucks, Subway, Toby Carvery, Wagamama and Yo Sushi. So there's a wide range of places in there. So McDonald's, one that everyone knows and loves. Most people go to McDonald's. You can have a sausage and egg McMuffin, and on the green plan that I'm on, that is a 13 point value. If you were on the blue plan or the purple plan, then you could have that for 11 points. With the plans, the green plan I believe allows you to have the most 0 point foods, no, the least 0 point foods, and then the most points, and then the purple plan allows you to have the most 0 point foods, but then not very many points, and the blue plan kind of sits in the middle of that. So they all work slightly different, but for me the green plan at the moment is working. I started about 3 weeks ago, so from my start weight I've had 3 weigh-ins. I want to say 3 weigh-ins, and I've lost 7.5 pounds so far, which in 3 weeks, that is not bad going. As I said, this is really keeping me on track, and it's definitely something I'm going to go through for the foreseeable. So I will update you on my progress, kind of give you an update on what I'm eating, what I'm cooking, how much weight I'm losing, and if you want to do it with me, guys, join in. Like, it's always better if you've got someone there to support you, and we can do that here on this channel if it's something that you're interested in. So let me know, drop a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. That's pretty much it for this first Weight Watchers video. If you liked it, then give it a thumb up. As I said, if you want to discuss it, you want some more videos, drop a comment down below. Let's have a discussion about it. Let's get eating healthy, let's get feeling better, and let's get looking a little better as well. Guys, that's it for today, but there will be another video coming very shortly, so I will see you soon. Bye.